The final question, which is another one from our audience, and thank you very much to all the people who attended. If they're asking about helping new business. What will be done to help new business innovation and business-to-business startups? So again, I'm going to ask just 2 minutes from each, no rebuttal. And then after that, then we're going to ask you for your summation from each of your parties as we end the debate. Okay, let's start with the Green Party. What is the Green Party going to do to help business? How are you going to start business? How are you going to get business-to-business rejuvenated?
Okay, so one of the main things that we're going to do to help startup businesses is we have a green technology kickstart fund that will be used for companies that are innovating in clean and green technology. It will provide them with funds to be internationally competitive. And the reason this is important is, as some of you may know, the G7 countries have committed to ending the use of fossil fuel by the end of the century. Now, that means from here until there, we're going to have a steady ramp-up of needing clean replacements for all fossil fuel-based technologies. And you may be familiar with a statement that Wayne Gretzky made, that he became good not by going where the puck is, but by going where the puck is going to be. And this is what we want to do economically. If we can get Canada creating, manufacturing these clean technologies, we can sell them to the world when the world needs them. When the world is trying to catch up and says, okay, we need a way to generate power cleanly, we need a way to transport ourselves cleanly, we'll be there and say, yeah, we've got it, buy it from us, and that will ensure long-term prosperity for us.
Thank you, Mr. Butcher from the Green Party. To the Liberals, please. Raj Grewal.
I think we need a transformation at the federal government and leadership. We're the only G7 country in a recession, and that speaks volumes of the Conservatives' economic policy over the past 10 years. So what the Liberal Party is going to do is to ensure that we kickstart the economy. I've mentioned this a lot of times. Justin Trudeau mentioned it a bunch of times last night in the debate, but it's really important to know that when you're in a recession, the government needs to spend money, and spending money on infrastructure is the best way to create jobs. We're going to reduce the small business tax rate from 11 to 9%. We're going to keep the corporate tax rate at 15%. And there's a reason to do that. If you increase corporate taxes on the highest and biggest corporations, they pack up and they move their business to lower tax holding countries. And even statistics show that if you increase the corporate tax rate, your revenues actually decline. I'm a corporate lawyer by profession. We set up companies all over the world to ensure that our clients have the best, to ensure that they always will move their money to lower tax thresholds. That's not illegal. That's not tax manipulation. That's just playing by the rules that there is. Canada at a 15% corporate tax rate is competitive in the G7, and it's ensured that we have foreign direct investment. A perfect example is Burger King and Tim Hortons. The merger just happened last year, right? And Burger King decided to put their headquarters in Canada, creating hundreds of jobs because our climate is better, and we're the only party that's going to keep it at 15%. We're going to reduce small business tax bracket from 11 to 9%, and we're going to invest in Canada through our infrastructure fund, kickstarting the economy to ensure that we're competitive across the globe.
Raj Grewal from the Liberals, thank you very much. I'm going to go to Mr. Martin Singh from the NDP. How are you going to get jobs? What are you going to do?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Michael, I think your question was about innovation and job creation.
Part of it, yeah, business to business, correct.
And so it's important that we speak about that because it hasn't been addressed thus far in the previous two answers. And so the Democratic Party has a direct plan for this. In particular, it's focused right here in Brampton and in the Peel area. We have a long-standing history of good quality manufacturing jobs in this area, and the New Democratic Party is going to put in an innovation tax credit. This innovation tax credit allows manufacturing companies to create new products that we can manufacture right here at home. And so what happens then is that the money comes here, investment, jobs get created here, and then there's a value enhancement when those products get shipped through export. This is a sharp distinction away from what the Conservative Party is doing. The Conservative Party, throughout their 10 years of government, has focused exclusively on oil and gas to the detriment of the nation, and they've taken their eye off the ball here. In addition to that, the Democratic Party has a particular focus for the auto sector. The reason for this is because, again, the auto sector has been neglected. If we look at last year alone, globally, $24 billion were invested in the auto sector around the world. Tragically, exactly $0 came here to Canada, never mind to this region. We know that this is important for us in our area. We have the Chrysler plant here in our city, among other auto plants. We have to make sure that we give our solid support to this particular sector of the economy. And that's exactly what the New Democratic Party is doing there, Michael. And so if you're interested in supporting a political party that has its eye on Brampton, has its eye on the manufacturing sector to make sure that good quality jobs are being created and that these jobs will be able to pay the money required to raise your families here, then the New Democratic Party is the party that you want to vote for.
Martin Singh, thank you very much.